Commission Chairman, Madam Dr. Sheikh Vizo, and then we go to the governor, so that this beautiful historic day can be complete. Every state has provided the champion of the NPFL for 2024-2025 season.
I'm just here to highlight certain areas of the league. When this board came into place 2 seasons ago, there were certain KPIs that were given to the league board, must do. And today, I'm happy to recount vividly, beginning from, first of all, the issue of visibility. Before this board came on board, there was visually nothing like visibility for the Nigerian Premier League. Today, we are happy to say that over 200 and over 400 games were live. We have Propel, we have StarTime, and that brought visibility to the brand. In terms of balance, that is competitive balance, you can see that the league was highly fought for, and the fairness, level playing ground for all. And for the first time in the history of our domestic league, a private club came on top to win the trophy. We'll talk about value orientation. Today, the league has been moving since 23-24 season. We moved from 100 million to 150, and today it is 200 million, which is the cash value for the league.
Sporty greetings and welcome again to my channel. Don't forget, if you've not subscribed, please subscribe before you forget. This is the Fun Factory, and here I talk just about anything that I want to talk about, particularly my bias, which is sports. So I'll talk about the Nigeria Premier Football League. You just listened to the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigeria Premier Football League. His name is David Sinowumi, and he was giving us some key performance indicators from the 2024-2025 season. By Nigerian standard, it was a good league. If you want to judge with what we've seen in Nigeria with league football, the just concluded season was a good one. If you want to go by international standards, particularly what we see, I don't even want to say Europe, in South Africa, in Tanzania. You see, I'm calling African countries. I don't want to even go to North Africa. Then no, we still have a lot of work to do. But David Sinowumi did a good job. Told us it was competitive. Yes, it was. 200 million naira prize money, fair enough for the champions Remo Stars. He talked about the visibility given to the league, that we've not had it this good before. I can't debate it because there was a time we had NPFL TV and they were doing just fine right here in the United Kingdom. I was following all the games, but yeah, shout out to them. They brought in Star Times, and Propel Africa also did a good job with live streaming the games. It's good visibility for the league. And shout out to Remo Stars. You also saw the trophy presentation. Worthy champions won the league with 3 games to spare. Privately owned club. They, in their own way, also setting some good standards for league football in Nigeria. So this is basically a review of the 2024-2025 season. Not from me, from the league administrators. And then you and I will talk about it. We'll break it down. So listen to David Sinowumi, talked about visibility, said the league was competitive. He talked about the prize money for the league also. Now let's listen to the chairman of the league, Gbenga Elegbeleye. He gave about just about a good review of the league, particularly listening to the stats and some of the challenges that they're still, witnessing in the league. And I will come on talking about 8 to 10 minutes. Daniel Amokachi is also in the mix. But let's listen to Gbenga Elegbeleye, and we'll come back. We'll break down everything he talked about, listen to Daniel Amokachi, and then I'll leave the conversation to you guys. Let's listen to Gbenga Elegbeleye.
It's my pleasure and delight to welcome everyone here for a brief review of the highly successful season that began on 31st August 2024 and concluded on May 25, 2025. For the first time in many years, perhaps since the start of the new era of Nigerian Premier Football League, 2025, that's 20 years, that the date for kickoff and ending will be faithfully implemented. This is a commitment we made and promise delivered. Today, we are also here to announce that the 2025-2026 season will be commencing on the 22nd of August this year and will be completed on the 24th of May next year, 2026. So we hope to keep to this date religiously, like we did to the one we did just concluded last season. This is to maintain the calendar we have now established from the last season. I will now give a summary of the statistics from last season. Summary of stats for 2024-2025. I will start by highlighting another important history that was made by Remo Stars, winning the title with 3 matches to spare after defeating Niger Tornadoes on March Day 35 on April 27. You know, the final match is March Day 38, as a March Day 35. Same day that Liverpool was crowned champion of EPL, Remo Stars again became the champion of Nigerian Premier League. 380 games were played in total, 19 home and 19 away games by each of the 20 clubs. Remo Stars, Rivers United, and Abia Warriors made the top 3. A total of 286 games won, 94 were drawn with 784 goals. There were 244 home wins and 42 away wins. That's quite unprecedented too. 552 goals scored at home and 232 scored by visiting teams, out of which 60 were from the penalty spot. 16 penalties were missed, 13 of the goals were own goals, and 4 hat-trick. On disciplinary measures, a total of 1,380 yellow cards were issued and 56 expulsions. That means red card, 56 players got red cards during the course of 90 minutes of play. National United, Yusuf Anas, with 18 goals, topped the chart and was followed by our veteran Rabiu Ali, who netted 13 goals. Rabiu Ali of Kano Pillars, who netted 13 goals. And Tony Ijoma of Abia Warriors came third with 12 goals. Let it be noted that Anas had 2 of the 4 hat-tricks, while Rangers Isaac Xavier and Amadou Liman had 1 respectively. That means Anas scored 3 goals in 2 different matches. Let it be noted of the 380 matches, 188 were covered live by StarTimes, while Propel Africa streamed over 200 matches. The detailed stats are on our website, or you can contact Dr. Sonny Obaseki, our head of competitions, for more details if necessary. Again, we thank you for consistently support and possibly project the Nigerian Premier League in your reports. That is the reason for coming, to first give you an update, a review of what happened last season, just like I did now. Again, announce to you the new date for commencement of the next season, and to let you know that we don't just keep to the international calendar, as we did, but we hope and we want to stick to it, and it has come to stay. Nigerian League has a date to start and when to finish now. If we were able to keep to it last season, hopefully we should be able to consistently do it, so that when this board ceases to be, those coming thereafter we know that what they meant on ground is a working system, with strict adherence to international best practices. We again want to thank our journalists for good reportage, for being with us despite doing little, because this league is not buoyant. Confess to you, the league don't really have a title sponsor as of now, but we're managing to keep afloat. Not unlike those days when we have a lot of sponsors. But now we believe that with our positive image has been projected by you, and with our own credible performance as a body, then sponsors will have confidence in coming to the league, because nobody wants to invest in an environment of crisis. Nobody wants to invest in an environment of mistrust and fraud. So everybody wants, visibility for investment, and again, credibility for managing such investment. So we are here to thank you. And so thank you very much. And I want to today, on my honor, confirm to you that Nigerian referees are perhaps one of the best in Africa. I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot. And I've seen a lot of things, even in Europe, what happened. But it's being concealed to the world. People don't know what is happening. Yes, I want our journalists, the way you'll be cooperating with us. Whatever you see that is terrible in terms of officiating, you feel so. All right? A referee, what you see sometimes might not be what those of us watching the match noticed. All right? Sometimes you feel there should be a penalty. On the later on, we keep doing the review, and Dan is in charge of this. Video analytics, data, this, will come back, discover, no, this cannot be a penalty. But yet, the referee is being crucified online for not giving a penalty. Some awarded penalties, they will say, no, it's not a penalty. Again, we go back, we get to see it. Now, the world is beginning to see that our referees are getting better now. CAF, the last just concluded under 20, a Nigerian referee was involved. CAF invited 2 of them. All right? And again, in these, there are others that are being invited now. And what happened is, before, there's ingredients of getting referees noticed. Your league must have communication gadgets. We don't have it before. But now, this last season, you see that our referees are now using communication gadgets. Our referee will have to say where he is and ask questions from the sidelines, from AR1, AR2, and know exactly what is going on. Unlike before, when the referee will leave the center stage to go and meet AR1 or 2, I beg waiting to happen here. That one is gone. So that's part of the thing that CAF and FIFA is looking at. So the next level now is that we want to advance to the stage of having a VAR here. And now I want to tell you again that NFF shortlisted 10 of our referees who are computer literates to go to Morocco for training. All right? I think now we as a league, had online meeting with manufacturers of VAR and the producers of the machine. First, before you can use it, you must be able to use communication gadgets. All right? You don't need to go all out watching TV, looking at the TV, at the screen. You can communicate with those at the room, the machine room, then they will discuss it. Know whether it's right or wrong. Secondly, then you must be computer literate. Now, the last recruitment of referees, NFF insisted on computer literacy before you can allow anybody to be part of it. Now, the stage we are now is looking for sponsors to be able to acquire the VAR machine. We are ready to go the way of VAR, but unfortunately, the machines are quite expensive. Then, if you have it, not just having it, you have to train those that will use it in the rudiments of handling the VAR machine. It's not just a machine like you just have to pick. Even when you buy your own telephone, smartphone, you need to learn how to use it first. Talk less of a video assistant referee. So, and in doing that, those to be trained, those that will train them are not available in Nigeria. They need to go out. And again, even if you train them, the money to acquire the equipment is what we're actually waiting for. So I, again, want to employ our esteemed friends from the media that our referees have improved tremendously. That is why you can see Very first match day of this last season, we had 4 away wins. It's unprecedented. So referees are now alive to their responsibility that, okay, look, to whom much is given, much is spent. And beside again, they know that your reputation is at stake. The present crop of officials that we have now, the officiating officials that we have now, are quite conscious of their own reputation. That's why occasionally, of course, there may be some flashes of what we see as very bad officiating, which we ourselves frown out and call those people to question. But the situation has completely reduced to what I can describe as the barest minimum. So let's project our referee in a positive light for the world to see. It is then that the world will respect them. So thank you. Financial transparency, right, is a matter of what the club gets. How do they spend it? All right? We on our own part, what do we get? How do we spend it too? It's not just about clubs, but the leagues too. All right? We just did our audited account, which for last year. You do it regularly, even without little income. We have external auditors that come and do auditing. Then it's part of our club licensing criteria. Clubs must provide some details of what came, how much a salary of players, and how many players you have, what came into the system. That's been constantly maintained. All right? It is on, and we don't compromise. That is it. But it's not something we have to be publishing regularly. Yeah, our own, we publish it at our AGM. During the AGM, too, the clubs, we discuss their own. That is it.
Yeah, that was a good one. Shout out to Gbenga Elegbeleye and his team at the Nigeria Premier Football League. Club licensing. Yeah, when he was talking about that, I saw that he struggled a bit. That has been a big issue with league football in Nigeria. Transparency and accountability. And I've said it over and over again. If it is just 5 clubs that meet your club's licensing regulations, use 5 clubs to do the league. Oh yes, by the time we do with 5 clubs properly done and people see the standards, now you know that if you cannot meet the requirements of the league, particularly proper financial details. You see, look at what Manchester City is going through in the UK. Chelsea also suffered it at some point. Financial regulations is no joke with European football, and that's why they do so well. So I think we need to be firm. That's what leadership is all about. Don't say because it's state-owned clubs. And in fact, that's the best way to get the state government out of our football, because they come there and they think that they can run it. No, show leadership. And that's why I want to go see the interview I had with Shehu Diko. That's it right there. It was an exclusive one. We talked for almost an hour. When we're talking about league football development, it said something about some external forces, powers, holding the league back. And I told him straight, if you want to achieve this mandate of building a sports economy, then you need to break it. You need to let those people go. Otherwise, we'll still be going around the circles, you know. So that was really important. Go watch that interview I had with Shehu Diko, and then you will understand administration of sports in Nigeria. It's a big challenge. And he has said that they're going through the road less traveled. They want to do something different. They have the backing of the presidency. Hopefully, they will achieve that. And league football is an important aspect that they need to correct if they want to achieve that sports economy that he talked about. Gbenga Elegbeleye talked about, you know, quite a number of issues. And one of them, he said they don't have a title sponsor. And that got me thinking, what is GTI all about? See, we're talking about financial details. The league needs to explain the role of GTI to the league. How are they investing into the league? Details. Let's put details out there. Maybe that's why if the title sponsor isn't coming, because there's a company that is running the game. So they want to know what's really going on. So if I want to come in as a title sponsor, I want to know the role of GTI. It's very important. Gbenga Elegbeleye and his team, they need to come and give us proper financial details. How is GTI involved in the running of the league? Look, you need to be as open as you can if you want private investors to come into what you're doing. GTI is a private investor as it is, but put it out there. Let people know the role that they are playing in the league, just so there will not be conflict of interest. So that really piqued my attention when he said that there's no title sponsor, because the league has done quite enough to attract a title sponsor. But when there's no credibility, no transparency, no accountability, then you're pushing them far. You know, he talked about officiating. And again, the chairman tried to, take it to a place where I wasn't really comfortable with, particularly quoting Europe, that there are a lot of things that goes wrong and it's not in the media. It's none of our business. If officiating is a problem back home, the media has a role and have a job to expose it. And to an extent, we've done that this last season, and officiating is getting better. We cannot turn our eyes to shady officiating. The media is a watchdog, so the media is supposed to report so that people understand that they need to be professional and do things according to the books. So I didn't really understand what he was trying to say about the media should come in what way. It was a bit confusing. So that one about some of the things happening in Europe is concealed. Now, I'm not a party to that, Mr. Chairman. If we see something wrong happening with the league in Nigeria, we'll bring it out. That's our own way of correcting it. It's our way of getting better. Disregard whatever is happening anywhere else. You talk about the video assistant referee and training the referees. I'm team train the referees, and that's all we should be talking about. Not talking about how something is going wrong and the media tries to look the other way. Train the referees. The video assistant referee is very important. It's the technology that is happening with football now. And it's been here since 2018. This is 2025. You see, this is what happened that we started struggling with league football. The world is moving now and we're not catching up. Train the referees and let's start thinking about the equipment. And when we get the equipment, let's use it for the good of the league. Everything is geared towards ensuring that we're running a proper standard league that will be beneficial to the Nigerian economy, because this is business and that's how we should treat it. There are some things you need to do to get business running. So at this phase, we need to get the equipment. We don't have the people who can use it, train them. If you want to bring in experts that will run it, you outsource it for the first 1-2 years, it's okay, but we need to get there. So all of these officiating issues we get out of the way. I liked it. I liked the review he gave. It was really good. The stats were encouraging, shows that Nigerian league football is making progress. Daniel Amokachi was involved with the league in a lot of ways. I think he was part of the consultants for the video analysis, and he was one-time coach of Lobby Stars. He got in, and it was a topsy-turvy ride for him. Let's listen to Daniel Amokachi.
Is the league where it's supposed to be that it is today? Definitely not. The league is young in the hands of our able chairman. I was a coach in the just concluded league, and my 5 months there is like an undercover job. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. Yes. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we have to do more to get the league where it is. And the only way where we can get it right is with the help of the Nigerian Football Federation. The Nigerian Football Federation have a lot to contribute because they are in charge of those that call the game. And that's where I think the media has a lot to say, because if we are in a venue and we see a shady play in a game, I think it's very, very important that we sing it out. And if we do that, then definitely it will help the league to get where it is. Because believe me, the players, the board, the NFF, if they do what they need to do and then the media doesn't tell them what is going wrong, we will not get it right. Mr. Chairman, if we are not in that cohesion with the media, I think it's very, very important to have a department that the media is entangled with the league.
Yeah.
It's very, very important.
Constant relation.
Very, very important, because they are the ones that will make this league stand firm.
That's my man, Dan the Bull Amokachi, legend of football in Nigeria. And this is why I like Dan and Amokachi all day, every day. The Bull, take your salute. He charged the media. You have a job to do. All of the shady things in the league, expose it. He told the chairman, you see, and in a way it contradicts what the chairman was trying to say. Told the chairman, say, work with the media to ensure that we correct the ills in the league. Very, very important, because he was with Lobby Stars, and I'm sure he said he saw the good, the bad, and the ugly, but I'm sure he didn't just want to say just the ugly. And Amokachi should have just, given us details, a bit of details, particularly the ugly aspects. See, before you solve a problem, the first step is to identify the problem. Yeah, if you're carrying out the research study, remember, the first thing we do, you identify the problems before you go ahead, with your literature review and try to find a way to answer that, solve that problem. That's how we should approach league football development in Nigeria. So Dan the Bull Amokachi did a great job, charged the media, said he wants to see this league get better. He started by saying, is that as the league gotten to where it should be? He said no, but with Nigeria standard, remember I talked about it also, said it is doing just fine, and I totally agree, with him on that. So it's not a bad review, the 2024-2025 NPFL season. And the chairman, before I get into this, look at the backdrop. What is the name of the league? In the media, it's the Nigeria Premier Football League. You are having a media conference, and we're seeing Nigeria Premier League. Details, as little as that is, it tells you the problem. Pay attention to details. It's the Nigeria Premier Football League. Is it the Nigeria Premier Football League or the Nigeria Premier League? Because the banner behind the chairman and where this conference was done is saying something different. So this is what we're talking about. You need to pay attention to details. It is very, very important. So I was going to say it's not a bad review. I like it. We saw goals. We saw away wins. Shout out to Anas Yusuf with 18 goals, highest goal scorer of the league, 2 hat-tricks. And what a story for Rabiu Ali. At 44, he finished second, was runner-up for the highest goal scorer with 13 goals. The man is 44 years old. Shout out to Rabiu Ali, absolute legend. All day, every day. He knows he's got my love and respect. So they said the league for the 2025-2026 season will kick off on the 22nd of August. We're looking forward to that. Hopefully nothing will change that. And we run till May next year. I'm not sure of the actual date I talked about. I'm sure you listen, you caught it. So guys, don't forget, it's important. Go and check out my exclusive interview with the chairman of the National Sports Commission, Shehu Diko. We addressed a lot of these same league issues. We need to get it right in Nigeria. I'm a big fan of league football, sports development in Nigeria. You should be part of this conversation. Let's be part of nation building. How can we develop league football in Nigeria? Let's talk about it. I'll see you around again. That's it.